Hi guys, so today a little Pilates for you. I'm going to do a little warm up, a couple of exercises, which is going to kind of form a bit of a sequence so you can do it in your own time. I'm going to suggest that I'll demo the exercises. You might want to pause the video at some point and do more of these exercises, or you may just want to do a little mini workout with me, but it's up to you. I'm not extending music for this today to broadcast over to you because powers that be won't let me, but on our Spotify list there is a track called Vinyasa Flow. Now it's a whole playlist of its own, so I can't add it to our playlist, but if you have Spotify I'm sure you can find it. It's free to use, and it makes a lovely little soundtrack for the Pilates practice, or of course just put any sort of relaxing calming music that you've got on at home. You might have a little favourite track. Okay, so we're going to start with a little warm up. We're going to start with a little breathing, little core connection, and as always we start with the feet because that's what grounds us to the floor. So we're going to put the heels and the toes together. We're going to loosen the knees a little, take a nice breath in, bring the shoulders to the ears, and then drop the shoulders down the back, bringing the shoulder blades together as we breathe out. So your breath in is your lengthening breath, your breathing out is your concentrating breath. So we're concentrating into the core. So we're going to take the toes, turn the toes out to about a 10 to 2 position, and then pop the heels behind the toes. So that means we're now stood in our perfect Pilates position. So no tension in the knees, soften the knees a little, take that nice deep breath in again. Shoulders up towards the ears and roll them down the back. So as we're rolling them down the back, that concentrating breath, we're going to pull in and draw in. So behind your belly button, imagine you've got a little magnet. You're going to draw in towards the magnet. So it's not just pulling the belly button into the spine, you're trying to draw everything in towards that magnet. So we've got a little bit of connection through the upper thighs as well, drawing up through the pelvic floor, up into that core. Okay, so let your hands just rest by the side, let your gaze just look ahead of you, and all we're going to do is start from the head. We're going to take over the shoulder, take the gaze, and look over the other shoulder. So as we breathe in, as we return to centre, and breathe out as we go over the shoulder. Breathe in as you return to centre, breathe out as you go over your shoulder. Okay, you can do that a few times, just if you're scanning the horizon. We're then going to go with some little head nods and some neck rolls. So we can drop the chin towards the chest and let the head feel nice and heavy. Take the ear towards the shoulder, feel the stretch in the neck, and then bring it up. So do the same the other side. Take the breath in, breathe out, drop the head out towards the shoulder, and breathe in as you come back up. So we'll do that again one more time each side. What we don't want to do is let the neck roll back. So we don't want to roll the neck back because we don't want to put those delicate little vertebrae at the top of the neck into any strain. So we bring it back here. Okay, now I'm going to soften the knees a little. So as we're softening the knees, we're going to pop the hands on the hips and just do a little hip rock forward and a little hip rock back. So I should turn to the side to show you that. So everyone will have different levels of movement throughout the hips and the pelvis. So we're just gently rocking the hip forward, rocking it back. So you're warming up your lumbar spine here. So some people have issues around the lower back. So just do what is right, feels right for you. Remember, this is your Pilates practice. I'm going to offer you adaptations all the way through. You can take it at your own pace. You can repeat exercises if you want, and you can adapt them if you need to. Okay, so I'm going to come back to facing you again. So we're going to try and take the pelvis in our neutral position. So neutral is if we take a breath in, tuck the hips under, again I'll turn to the side, tuck the hips under a little, feel like your tailbone's aiming towards the floor. Instantly you've got that little core connection. So trying to keep that core connection there, we're going to bend the knees again, we're going to lock the hips in place and put the hands just in line with the breastbone. Now if you want to, you can rest your fingertips just underneath your chin. That keeps your head and your neck and your spine nicely lined up. Breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to take a little spine rotation to the side, breathing in as you come back, breathing out as you rotate to the side. So this little rotational movement isn't just a swing around. You want to get that little bit here, centre yourself again, and off you go again. Now if that feels okay for you, you can extend it if you want and add a little bit more load to the spine. So as you're adding load to the spine, you're going to take your arms out to the side, palms facing down, roll the shoulders back and down, feel a little connection between the shoulder blades at the back. Now you're going to keep your arms fixed like aeroplane wings. We've still got the bend in the knees, the hips are locked into place. So you shouldn't feel much movement through the feet. The feet should stay the same pressure on the mat, the floor, and your head follows you around. So your head stays stuck on the top of your spine, so you're not looking towards your fingertips, you're not swiveling your head around. Okay, you're going to come back to centre, let the arms drop by the sides, straighten up the legs a little. So again, I'm going to turn to the side to show you. We're going for the hips. So we're going to push the hips back first, take the weight in towards the heels, and we sink the hips down. So the arms are just going to float forward to counterbalance you, and you're going to squeeze and you're going to come back up. So again, take the hips back, sit down. So we don't want to do a massive deep squat, just warming through the hips. You want to try and keep your spine nice and straight. So keep your gaze looking forward, squeeze and come up. So you're trying not to let your gaze drop completely to the floor. Okay, back up again, last one. Take a breath in, breathe out. Take a breath in and breathe. Okay, back to centre again. So we're going to start with a little roll down for the spine. So we're going to roll the chin down. Yeah, it's all right. Ellie's just asking if she's turn the camera in a minute. We're going to roll chin down, breathe out as you roll down. So you're just folding down, rolling through the spine, take a breath at the bottom, roll back up. So it's quite a slow movement, this one. So just two things. We're starting to mobilise the back a little bit, wanting the vertebrae to move in a nice sequential manner. And then we're also getting a stretch into the hamstrings, waking the glutes up a little bit. So breathe in, breathe out. Roll yourself down. Don't have to touch the floor. And then back in, rolling the shoulders back. So again, take a breath in, breathe out as you roll down. Hold it there for a second or two. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings, straighten the legs if you're able to. You might feel a little bit shaky here. Take a breath, breathe out, and come back up. Okay, so remember that, because we're going to do that in a second to get towards the floor. So last but not least, ankles. We're just going to pedal the feet. So we're keeping the gaze looking forward, pedaling one foot to the other. Try not to let your head, so if your head's bouncing up and down like that, try and bring it into, so it's more level. Imagine you're in a really low ceiling room, you might be. So opposite arm to leg, opposite arm to leg. So we call this pedaling. So we're there and we're there, letting the arm float towards the ceiling, keeping the gaze forward. Okay, two more, and then we're going to raise both arms, both legs together. So both arms, both heels, and back towards the mat. Both arms, both heels, and back towards the mat. Last one. Both arms, both heels, back towards the mat. Take a breath in. This time as you roll down, ready to turn it off? This time as you roll down, chin to chest, you're going to roll all the way down. Remember that roll down we did? This time we're going to put the hands on the mat or the floor. You're going to walk out, bring yourself to hands and knees, and this is your starting position for your Superman exercise. So spread your fingers, take the weight out of the shoulders a little bit. If it ever gets too much, rescue position is here. You'll go into your shell stretch, take the weight out of the arms, relax everything, and then come back up, reset yourself when you want to. Okay, so tummy's in, think about the core connection. Head is staying looking down towards the mat. We're going to choose a leg, slide it away. Okay, bring it back into centre, choose a leg, slide it away. So we're going to do alternate legs. Try not to get any movement through the hips. So the hip bones stay facing to looking towards your mat. We're going to slightly lift the leg a little if you feel you're able to, but you can keep it in contact with the floor. Okay, we're going to add the arms in a second. So we're going to go opposite arm to leg, take it out and bring it back. Tummy's in, take it out and bring it back. Okay, if you're feeling nice and stable, you can extend and lengthen out. So remember, we're looking for the length on this movement. We're not looking for that leg to get towards the ceiling or the arm to reach out any higher than your shoulder or your hip. So there we're wanting just that nice little lengthen through. breathing pattern then. Breath in, breathe out as you take it out, bring a breath in as you return. So breathe in, out, breathing in. Okay, last couple. Breathing out and breathing in. So this is the point where if you wanted to, you could pause the video and carry on yourself. Okay, hold it there, sit back into your shell stretch position, and then we're going to come back to centre again. So if you wanted to do more of these, I'm just going to show you a couple of variations. You could lift out. If you're feeling nice and stable, you can tap down and bring it up, tap down, bring it up. So I would recommend maybe 3 taps and then bring it back in. So remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. So we're breathing out, breathing in and out with each tap. So a breath to each tap, so nice and slowly, nice and controlled. Last one, then bring it in. So you're looking for that control of that tap. So we're out. Now for some of you, you may feel that just doing the Superman is enough. I'm giving you all the variations so you've got something to work to. Bring it in, last one. Take it out, tap down and up. So you're looking for that flow, that control, all the while keeping that tummy in, that core connected, head looking to the floor, bring it in and sit back. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a rotational one for you now. So we're going to come up to centre and lie. I want you to lie on your side. So you're going to lie on your side, knees bent, check that lower back, knees bent, and we're just going to lie more or less, knees at a 90-degree angle. So you've got your knees in line with your hips and your legs facing away. We're going to take the bottom arm out, so you've got your free arm at the top. Okay, so you're going to do this on both sides, but I'm going to do it just on one side to show you. So if you wanted to put a little rolled up towel under your head or a little cushion, you could do to support your head, or you can lay it on the floor. So we're going to take a breath in, the palms are together, we'll take a breath in, lift, and then we're going to breathe out and take the arm back. So let your eyes follow the arm, take a breath in and breathe out as it comes forward. So we're taking a breath in, we lift and then we go out. Okay, so my sofa is stopping me, didn't think this one through, from getting as far back as I probably could. Okay, so again, take the arm in, breathe, breathe out as you lower. Going to breathe in as you lift, breathe out as you lower. So this opens out the front of the chest, really good for posture, nice for that upper back. Get a nice little stretch in there, bring it in and bring it down. And again, you're not just waving your arm around. You may find that you struggle to get your fingertips together on that lowering phase. If you do, don't worry about it. In a couple of months, when you've been doing this for a few times, you'll find your fingertips getting a little bit closer. So what I want you to do is to repeat this 10 times on each side. Okay, so we're going to do one more, because I haven't been counting. I think it's about 10. Bring it up, bring it down. I'll do one for luck. Okay, so coming up again. If you can get it towards the floor, really extend out so you get that stretch all across the front of the body. Bring it back and bring it down and hold it there. Okay, so at this point, we're going to go into another exercise. So to make this a nice little flowing sequence, what I would suggest you do is crack on with the next exercise I'm going to show you, and then do the other side. So remember, you've already done this side. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to a laying down posture. We're going to have the feet on the floor, hands on the floor, head down. So you're nice and grounded. We're going to come to tabletop position. So make sure you've got tummies in. Take a breath in. Just put your flat spine into neutral, which means you might have a little gap here. Then we're going to take your spine into imprinted. So imprinted spine just means that you flatten your back as much as you can. Everyone is different, so if your back doesn't naturally sink into the mat, then don't worry about it. If you've still got a little gap there, don't worry, it's fine. if you have got quite a gap there and you're worried about your back, you could pop a little rolled up towel under there just to support you a little bit if you felt you wanted to. Okay, so we're going to bring one knee in, so the knee over the hip, and then bring the other knee in, so the knee over the hip. Okay, so we're going to kind of reverse the Spider-Man that we did before. So we're going to work the abdominals. Now, if you take your leg too low, you start working your glutes again. We don't want to do that. So we're going to extend the leg out and bring it back in. Again, we extend the leg out and bring it back in. So take a breath in to prepare to move. You breathe out as the leg goes out. Breathe in as it comes back in. Okay, so you take your breath and breathe in. Okay, tummy's in. If you want to take the opposite arm to leg out, you can do. Again, arms don't have to go towards the floor, and you can do opposite arm to leg. So your legs are aiming towards the ceiling. We want those lower abdominals fully engaged, so really squeeze them. Don't forget to breathe. If you want to take it and make it a little bit easier, rather than a straight leg, tap the leg down with a bent knee. Bring it back in. Tap it down with a bent knee and bring it back in. Okay, if you wanted to make it harder, you've got your straight leg. Could you do both arms? So removing a little bit more stability from the body. You want to keep it nice and long, nice and lengthened through. Remember, don't drop that leg too far down. Okay, last one. And again, you might want to pause the video at this point, and if you're quite happy to continue, do a few more. Okay, bring your knees in towards your chest, relax the abdominals off, give a little roll round, massage that lower back a little, roll it around, and at this point, you would turn onto your side and do the other side. Okay, so you put your feet down onto the floor, one at a time, just turn onto the opposite side, get yourself into that nice set-up position, arm in front, head down, lift up, take a breath out, breathe in, and breathe out. So we're going to lift, extend through, out, bring it up, and take it over again. So again, you can do that, you carry on doing that, you're going to do 10. So once you've done all those 10, shall I wait for you to catch up? No, I won't. So once you've done all those 10, we're going to get you off the floor nice and safely. So we're going to get you off the floor using a little stretch in itself. It's called the cat. So we're going to use the cat stretch to bring you off the floor and reverse that roll down. So if you're just completing those last few arm movements, by opening out the front of the chest and bringing it back. So you would finish at the leg position, you'd be on your side. I'm going to take you over to the front. I'm going to pop the hands behind the shoulders, which are going to push up through the chest, lift through and sit your hips back towards your heels and let yourself drop into that shell position. Now, if you bring your feet together and let the knees go at the side, if you pop your knees about the side, about the distance of your mat, if you're on a traditional exercise mat, you can sit back down and that really opens out the hips, feels really nice. We talked about grounding in one of the other stretches we did. That was the bum exercise, wasn't it? The bottom toning session. So this is a different variation of it for you. Again, if you can get lower, pop your hands to the floor, pop your head to the floor if you want, bring your arms around, grab your heels, keep your bottom quite low. So coming back, bring it in, hands under the shoulders again, bring the hips forward, bring the knees back into line. Okay, so the cat stretch, we're going to drop the chin to the chest, tuck the hips under and just roll through. So you're arching literally like a cat stretches when it comes off the floor. And we go back to our neutral stance again. So the head's facing down, hips are tucked under slightly, drop the chin to chest, really arch to the back, and then come back to that neutral position. We're going to turn the toes underneath at the back, walk the hands back towards the knees. So as you do that, you lift, keep your knees bent, walk your hands back, roll your hands onto your knees, and then slowly roll up. Bring your head up last, and then sort your hair out. And then we'll just do a nice stretch. Breathe in, big deep breath in, and breathe out and come back down. So one more time, big deep breath in, lift up and bring it down. Okay guys, thank you for joining me in my Pilates practice. Remember, at any point, if you want to do a few more of the Supermans or the reverse Supermans or the chest opener with the open out, then absolutely feel free to pause the video while you make this your own practice. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.